out there. They said, what are we going to do? We have to find out something about this accident. They said, well, there's this pet monkey over here in the car asking. So they're supposed to be really smart. So they said, okay, we're not going to lose anything, we'll do this. So they go over to the monkey, and they say, now, monkey, said, what were these kids doing here? And he said, okay, he said, okay. He said, monkey. He said, what was the wife doing? Said, well, monkey, what was the father doing? They said, he said, okay, what were you doing? He said, that's a great joke. Great joke. Oh, well, let me tell you this one. This one is to see. You haven't heard this, Richard. Let's see if you can give me the riddle. This doctor, surgeon, and his son were going to a ball game. On the way to the ball game, he had a terrible accident, and the father was killed. The son had to be rushed into emergency for surgery. Okay, the doctor walks in, looks down at the patient, and says, I can't operate on him. That's my son. Now, how could that be since his father was killed in the accident?
The surgeon was his mother.
Right? I can tell
The
you're
guy's
not.
brilliant. He's a college grad.
You know that I tell that to my class, that 99% of the time they'll think of everything from where it wasn't really his dad, it was his stepdad. I cannot.
Can't imagine a woman being
No, can't imagine it. Let's see. Well, do you want me to tell the Charlie joke so you can have it on tape?
Sure.
The Charlie joke is really good. Okay.
Why don't you step over this way? You got some light in your back, and I'm afraid it's going to have some bad
The
backlight.
Charlie joke. This is really nice. Okay. Charlie was a world traveler. He'd been everywhere. Okay. He met this man in a restaurant, and he was telling me how well traveled he was. And this guy's name was Bob. Well, they were watching TV. On comes President Reagan. And Charlie said, boy, there's my buddy, President Reagan. And Bob said, you don't know President Reagan. He said, let's go up there, I'll show you. So they went to the White House. Sure enough, out comes Charlie with his buddy, President Reagan. Come on in, Robert. So he said, oh, boy, said, I didn't believe you knew it.
Oops, this way.
Okay, so they get to be real good friends. Well, one day the Pope comes on TV. And, Charlie said, the Pope is a really nice person when you get to know him. He said, now, wait a minute, Charlie. I've known you a long time, and I didn't believe you knew the president, and you did, but I don't believe you know the Pope. He said, okay, we're going to go over there to Vatican Square. If I know him, then you're going to pay for the trip, and if I don't, I'll pay for it. So he said, okay, fine. They went. Thousands of people in Vatican Square. Charlie says, I'm going up, I'll come out on the balcony and I'll wave to you. Sure enough, out comes Charlie on the balcony, waves down there at Bob. Bob faints. So Charlie says, I got to go down there and see about him. He said, that's my friend, and said, something's happened to him. He runs down there, he brings Charlie around, he says, Charlie, he says, was it just too much of a shock for you to know that I knew the Pope? He said, no. He said, Bob, he said, no. So that wasn't it, Charlie. He said, it was when somebody behind me said, who's that guy up there with Charlie?
Oh, no.
I thought that was a funny joke. That's about all of them that I know. I told you the one about the astronauts, though, didn't I? Oh, this is a good joke. I'll tell you this.
Okay.
And I have nothing against foreign people. This is just to tell the joke.
Yeah.
Okay, there were 3 people up there in outer space on the command module. Well, something happened. All their fuel was jettisoned. They only had enough to bring back 2 of them. So they said, we're going to do this democratically. So there's a Japanese up there, a Canadian, and an American. We're going to ask 3 questions. If you miss your question, then you don't get to come back. So the first guy was the American. They said, okay. So when did the Titanic sink? He said 1927. He said, that's exactly right. You can come home. The Canadian came on. He said, okay, how many people were on the Titanic? He said, 2,200 people. He said, that's right. You can come home. Then the Japanese came on there and they said, okay, name them.
Try to get away from it.
Somebody's going to take it from
Why don't you munch on some of that food, Jay?
I will. I'll make it real interesting.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. All right, Elaine. Yeah. All right.
Hey, Rich, watching Johnny Carson.
Ugly hair.
Well, you can tell that I'm from that comedy store they have.
Jennifer, you have any more tea bags?
Yeah, they're in that little red canister over there on the end.
About to say, you know something, Betty? I'm really looking forward to that marriage supper. I believe it's gonna be real.
Oh, I know.
We're gonna eat real food.
Christ said he wouldn't taste again of the fruit of the vine until the marriage supper.
Betty, I believe it's.
Are you guys gonna watch? Are you guys gonna watch the Lakers and
Showtime versus Motown.
Detroit's gonna beat the Lakers?
Boston fans are praying. It will not happen.
Lambeer's got their number.
Oh, God, he's got Boston's number.
Lambeer's a bum.
He's a fighter. Like all the rest of them Pistons.
You guys are nice looking guys.
It's called Favorite Grandsons.
That's right.
By a long shot.
Good grandsons. Granny's proud of him. Good boys.
Well, that's a good picture. I like that one.
I was trying to think what I had, I should put.
And she cried. She said, "That's right." I said, "Just come on."
Yeah, I want to get a picture of the evidence here.
Know better, yeah.
Are these the witnesses to this crime?
Show them your bruises. Show them your bruises there.
Are these the kids that fell down and got hurt?
These are the kids that fell off the ledge there.
Matthew, did you fall too?
Lord, we wouldn't have been dead if that was on there. We would have been dead.
That man had to scrape us up with a snow shovel.
I was on the bottom. If he, I was cushioned all the way down. I'm on top. You'd be over.
I don't know if I'd let him talk about me like that, Matthew.
Oh, God.
Why don't you zoom in and show where they fell off there?
Okay.
Ball for Kentucky.
I know, your little girl could have been dead. Michelle, Elaine, Sam, and Amanda all got squished. Hurt. Torn on a piece.
That was quite a fall.
I like the sign when it went down, you know, like right before it broke.
Michelle, pucker
I
up,
had
let
not
me show
got
'em
some
how you
slid
did when I
down,
picked you up. You show 'em how.
Like on the way down, you know, like when your leg went and it breaks.
Shot, so this guy get ready. I heard a guy over there say, "Who's that gook from Washington out there taking pictures like he ain't never saw a mountain before?" Who's that gook from Washington? I said, "It's that Coffin guy from downtown."
We were up here. We get ready to come back. We didn't grow. Like
picking your best side tooth. Or you will. He worked for it. He earned it. Don't lose it.
Richard, you drive me batty in that camper. I got $10.
Don't drop it.
$10.
Where do you keep your money? Where do you keep it? Here, let me show you how to change it.
You better not give Robert that money. You'll never see it again. If I was you, I'd go hide it and put it in a very safe place.
Go put it where you keep your money. Yeah, I'm gonna push him in the pool with me. Yeah, those are just $1,000 cameras.
Don't slip it and drop it in the pool.
Yeah, I sure don't want to do that.
Personality.
Where's that police lineup? Dun, 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 dun. You put them on. Jennifer is posed already. Aren't you, Jennifer? You're in your normal pose, Jennifer. Carol's posed. Robert's posed. Robert, what happened to suspenders? Robert, what happened to your suspenders?
Dallas took them off.
Dallas who?
J.R. Ewing.
Oh, Hewing. J.R. Hewing. Jay's calling you Dallas.
Jim, why don't you walk over and sit down with them?
I don't like to sit around the pool. I only sit around my own pool. They all sit around the pool and I go work. Tell Matt.
Yeah, I don't want that tape.
Did Richard promise you to take pictures?
No, I'm gonna show him that. Do you know what happened to Michael Maynard last year on that car?
They stopped eating these places where they got a bunch of little balls and the kids
Foam balls.
in a pair of feet.
Eighth of an inch.
I heard that, Matt.
Behave.
Hey, Debbie and Dennis are getting ready to take that crew to Kings Island this weekend. If I had a bunch of kids and something like that had happened. when I
Jennifer,
had-
next time I come home, you better quit smoking.
bunch of kids give me
I'm gonna
shit.
buy me some nicotine chewing gum and some Stay Slim chewing gum, and I'm gonna alternate. What you want?
Well, it's gonna do some good because I'm gonna talk to
You
Dennis
set a
about
bad
it.
example as an insurance agent when you smoke.
Hey, those people come in there and smoke like.
Because last year Elaine went off.
I say, you mean we can smoke in here? And they light up. They've got 2 or 3 going.
We get a discount. Elaine and Kim are gonna be attached to each other like Siamese
Well,
twins.
Life insurance is cheaper, but not that much.
Jim still might go, Robert. They'll know tomorrow evening, but I wish Robert would go on and go with him. I can't because Mother's flying in from Florida. I gotta pick her up in Huntington on Saturday. But I think Robert should just go on and go with him.
What day is it?
Friday and Saturday.
I'll call Bob Webb. I bet old Bob will go with
Well, yeah, get Bob and,
you. Hey, you have to turn him on.
gosh, he's so dangerous too.
Kings Island with the kids.
He's a daredevil. I don't know whether we trust him or not.
Hey, but it's one
He's
we
not
put
enough
on those
picture
rides.
yet.
Eric,
Get him on the feet.
Just
a
about.
couple of Legion games in Cincinnati. He didn't stay overnight.
I won't be able to rest.
We're playing the team Pete Rose Jr. played.
Well, last year I have always had these big talks with them about when they go anywhere, they know they're not even supposed to go to the bathroom by themselves. They're supposed to be,
Kids, they don't pay no attention.
but they,
In one ear and out the other.
yeah, but this time I'm telling everybody that the chaperones, they're
Go stand next to Richard for a second. Let me get both of you in the picture
Like
now.
doing a little bit of this now? Yeah, do it. That's a highlight of our pictures. Do it for Granny.
I think we ought to teach all these young kids how to do the jitterbug.
That's all we need.
Jennifer, you get out of
Lorraine can do that.
Ah.
Well, the twist is definitely out, Carol, but I might have a little jitterbug.
Robert?
I'm gonna wait till you just type on my.
Hope Jen got that water good and clear.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, I need that tape bad.
Okay, we'll take it out here in just a second. Let you look at it. This is where I lived as a child. Rich and Michelle, it's on 6th Avenue and Williamson. We lived in the first apartment on the left there. Lived there till I was about 7 years old when we moved over to South Williamson, Kentucky. The gray house that you're looking at now is the one that Aunt Nell and Uncle Jake moved into after their house was taken for the construction of the new junior high school. As you can see, it's just right down the street from the apartments which I lived in when I was a young boy. This is the roof that Libby and I walked out on when it was covered with snow and the neighbor called to complain. It's also the little area right out in front where the friend Rusty Thompson hit me over the head with a rake and about killed me. Wallace Street is just right up above where the apartments were that we lived as a child. What you're looking at now is the home place. This is where great-granddad Carlton lived when he first moved into Williamson. It's where we lived when I was in high school. Right after I got married and went into the service, the house caught on fire. A couple of children set it on fire, and Dad and Mom lost everything that they had. The lot was later sold to Mr. York, David York's father, and he subsequently sold it, and now it has this new house built on it. Right up to the right, and you can't see it very well, is the new junior high school that they've constructed. This is the old Williamson Memorial Hospital where I was born in Williamson on September 16th, 1945. This is now a professional building. Doctors here in Williamson, they've constructed a new hospital just down the street from this one. This is Robert's new house in Williamson. That's his yard, Kim's basketball goal. It's got a nice big front porch. He lives just down the street from the old Williamson Memorial Hospital where we were born. The new Williamson Memorial Hospital. This was constructed just down the street from the one that you were looking at just a moment ago in which I was born. This used to be the old, what they called the stadium. It was property acquired for a football field. It's immediately up the road from the old Williamson High School and the new Williamson High School. And they did play some football games up here. However, it was really never developed to any great extent for that purpose. We're panning around now, and we're going to be looking down the hill and down the road towards, it's called Alderson Street, and that's where the new high school is located. Alderson Street is the street you're looking at right now. Over to the left is a street that you need to take to go to the old hospital. And that's the street that Robert's house is on around the curve there. Very nice view over the hill here towards the new Williamson High School building. It was constructed just down